We're getting ready for an exciting fourth quarter of boys high school basketball on DouglasCountyDigest.com. Chris Patton and Luke Johnson are in Arcola. A little confusion there before at the end of the third quarter. I think Arthur Levington head coach Dale Schering thought there was going to be a foul call, but instead there wasn't. The Arcola defender came down on his guy that shot the jump shot there at the end of the break. But nothing was called. We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Arthur Levington has a 5-point advantage here. And the ball. Clayton Hahn has it back out top. 54, Colton Yeakley. 11, Avery Schrock. 23, Caleb Schrock with it now. Arthur's showing some patience. What they did in the second quarter when they built up a little bit of a lead, they were able to pass and then make a cut immediately afterwards and find the best possible look. Nice defensive effort, defensive and offensive effort in the third quarter for Arcola. Brought this game back within 5. Shot put up no good, rebounded by Justin Hopgood, number 5, the junior for Arcola.
You've seen a lot of misses for Arthur tonight. They're not making near as many shots as we've seen in the previous couple games.
12, Wyatt Fischel with it. Driving to the basket, shot, kind of a little pump fake, doesn't go down for Arcola. Collision there between two Arthur guys, and we're gonna foul called against Arcola.
And I think number 5 for Arcola, Justin Hopgood, was in the wrong place at the wrong time there.
To me, it looked like the other guys kind of collided going for the ball, and it's being in the general vicinity when two members of the other team hit the deck. I guess you're going to get that one. It's a first foul on Hopgood, team's 4th. It's a 5-point Arthur Levington lead, just under 7 minutes left to go in the ball game. Little Okaw Valley Conference action heating up here. Tyler Schering goes, met with some defense there, tried to push it up and through, does not, goes the other way. Wyatt Fischel takes it down the floor. We're going to blocking foul called against Arthur Levington. It was a shooting foul though, 2 shots. Fischel was in the act of shooting.
And Arcola, in my opinion, Arcola is still being the more aggressive team here. I mean, Arthur Levington's got a 5-point lead at the moment, but you need to start being a little bit more aggressive if you want to keep the lead.
Wyatt Fischel short on his first free throw attempt. He'll get one more. That foul went against Colton Yeakley, his 3rd, team 7th. So it's a good chance Arcola could spend some time at the free throw line here in the fourth quarter. They got to convert those opportunities. Wyatt Fischel has 5 tonight. He's looking for his 6th point here. Second one hits the front iron, but then does roll down. Wyatt Fischel's first point since scoring 5 early on. He's got 6, and now it's a 4-point Arthur Levington lead. 6:43 left to go in the game. The LOVC tourney starts tomorrow in Arthur, so teams trying to get fired up right before then. Schering goes to the basket, and he's fouled. I think it's going to go against big man, Arcola big man Austin Schaefer. 33, Austin Schaefer, his 2nd, team's 5th. Tyler Schering will be shooting 2, trying to stretch his team's lead out just a little bit. Schering makes that one. He only had 3 in the first half. Scored 5 more points in the third quarter, so with that free throw, it gives him 9 for the evening.
And after seeing in the last 2 plays go to the basket, he needs to start doing that a lot more here to finish out the game. He needs to finish out strong, going to the hoop, drawing some fouls, getting to the free throw line, getting those easy attempts.
42-36, big pressure on Wyatt Fischel. We're gonna get an over the back against Arcola. Schaefer kind of caught in no man's land, trying to help his teammate break the press. And it's a turnover. Arcola's had a couple turnovers in some bad spots here when they've closed this gap down, and now it's stretched back out to a 6-point Arthur Levington lead.
Well, like you said, when we saw him against Central A&M in the first game, they had some problems closing it out then as well.
Arthur Levington usually has no such issues in closing things out. Schering puts up a 3, no good, off the iron. And Fischel trying to box out. Instead, both teams going after it pretty hard. Fischel wasn't going to let the Arthur man get to the ball and boxed him out. kind of all the way out there, and it does go out of bounds off of Arthur Lovington. 6 minutes left to go in the game. It's a 6-point lead for the Knights, 42-36. Arcola with it now. Schaefer's going to drive and pick it right back up. He's guarded tightly, dishes it off. Strader to Strader. 12, Fischel with it now, feeds it inside to Schaefer. He's met by 4 Arthur guys in his general vicinity and thrown away, and then we get a foul out here on Chase Strader trying to stop an Arthur Lovington breakaway.
And the turnovers are starting to creep up on Arcola right now here at the end of the game.
There are 3 guys kind of directly on Schaefer. There's one more in the general vicinity, but he trying to find one, you know, if that many people are guarding you, somebody's open, but you're gonna have a heck of a time trying to get it to him.
Right, exactly.
Foul went against number 20, Chase Strader. 16 foul on Arcola. 6-point Arthur Lovington lead, 5:30 left to go in this game. Drive to the basket, ball goes up in the air, but lucky for Arthur that Curtis Plank was there to take it down. Tyler Schering with it now, guarded by Colin Seaman. He puts up a shot and rims in and out. Yeakley with a rebound. He goes right back up, banks it home. Colin Yeakley has 3 points tonight. And 44-36. Seaman puts up a little floater, falling away. 44-38, Arthur Lovington leads. Curtis Plank drives the basket, puts up a shot, and it goes down. Teams trying to top each other at each end here. It's an 8-point Arthur Lovington lead. We're gonna timeout called before anything else can happen over there. Arcola coach Chad Graves calls one as his ball carrier was double teamed right in front of the bench.
And we've got a dueling battle here at the end of this to see who can score the most points at the moment. They're just back and forth going basket for basket right now, and the only team that wins that one is the team that's up. And right now Arthur Lovington has the lead, so they're more than happy to trade baskets for the rest of this 4th quarter.
Arcola at one point was able to get it to a 1-possession game. It's stretched back out now to an 8-point Arthur Lovington lead. It's a big night here in Arcola tonight. They had a little ceremony between the JV and the varsity game honoring the 1962 and 63 Arcola High School team that went 26-2, and then they also honored the 63-64 team that went 25-6 and went to the Sweet 16. So they had a lot of those guys back, and you kind of tell right off the bat that, you know, the varsity players, they came out and watched the ceremony, watched the introductions of everybody, and they came out and it was 15-15 after 1 quarter. They were hanging right there with Arthur Lovington. The Knights pulled away a little bit there in the second and built up a 30-21 halftime lead. And then Arcola had a really nice 3rd quarter, got really aggressive and cut the lead down to 5. Arthur Lovington stretched it back out to an 8-point lead here with 4:40 left to go in the game.
And Arcola needs to continue to keep being aggressive, keep attacking. Don't just settle for what they're being allowed to have by Arthur.
Arthur's really picked up the defense, it seems, and it is having a bit of an effect on Arcola. Having trouble getting passes away, having trouble finding open spots, open shots. And we get an offensive foul against Arcola. They've had some issues trying to clear space down there.
Those are the kind of mental mistakes you can't make against teams like Arthur at the end of a ball game. You have to keep yourself in check, make sure you're set on your screens, make sure when you roll you're not using your hands.
Wyatt Fischel draws the foul. That's his 4th, and he's going to head to the bench. Freddie Moreno going to come back in for him. 4:22 left to go in the game. 46-38 is the Arthur Lovington lead. Knights going to look to stretch it back to double digits here. Avery Schrock with it, Colton Yeakley, number 54. He dishes it off to 12, Curtis Plank. Plank goes to his left, kicks it back to 11, Avery Schrock. Drives knocked away, but it can't be corralled, and then we're going to get a foul called on Schaefer. Schaefer did a nice job of knocking that away. He just couldn't bring in the loose ball. Yeakley got there, and then he couldn't wrest it away from Yeakley.
And just tough. He just couldn't hang on to the ball after he tipped it, couldn't grab hold. He ended up getting a hold of Colton Yeakley, number 54 for Arthur.
Not a lot of people are going to take it away from Yeakley.
Yeah.
Free throw up and good for Colton Yeakley. He has 4 points tonight. It's 47-38. Arthur Lovington over Arcola. Just under 4 minutes left to go in the game. Foul was on Austin Schaefer, his third, team's 8th. That one goes up and goes in. 10-point lead now for Arthur Lovington, just under 4 minutes to play. The Knights are going to need to do something here. They need to find Seaman and get him open. Moreno gets it inside, shot goes up and goes down for Chase Strader. 48-40, Arthur Lovington leads over Arcola. Jeremy Plank with it. It's out top now with Avery Schrock. 21, Tyler Schuring. Moving it around now. Pass and then go cut towards the basket. Maybe set a screen as Yeakley just did there. Drive goes up. A little contact there, but no foul called. Rebound goes to 3, Colin Seaman. Chase Strader with it now, gives it off to Seaman. Schaefer has it. He's going to drive against Yeakley. Kicks it back out to Clayton Strader. Colin Seaman has it, tries to find some space. He's met by 3 guys, throws it up, it goes off the backboard. Moreno had it, and then it got tipped away. Tyler Schuring's breaking away. Can he put it down? No, he can't get the shot to go down, but he's fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line.
And a good foul there by number 21 for Arcola, Clayton Strader. Don't let him have the easy layup, make him earn from the free throw line, especially this late in the game. You never know, his legs could be tired, could be fatigued. Knowing Tyler Schuring, number 21, and Coach Schuring, I highly doubt it, but you can take your chances.
Foul goes against Clayton Strader, as we mentioned. Luke's prediction is correct. Tyler Schuring knocks that one down. His legs weren't affected. 49-40, Arthur Lovington leads. 2:57 left to go in this game. Deep breath for Schuring. Goes through his routine there, puts it up, and he gets it to go. Tyler Schuring coming up strong in the second half. Arthur Lovington's built it back up to a 10-point lead. Wyatt Fisher with it now. Dishes it off to Clayton Strader. 21, he dishes it off to 20, Chase Strader. 33, Austin Schaefer. Kicks it back out, 3, Colin Seaman puts it up, and it goes down.
Wow.
Colin Seaman with a 3-pointer. 50-43 is the Arthur Lovington lead.
And he is an excellent shooter. I mean, under pressure, going through that screen, got a good screen, got some clearance, and just a smooth shot.
Risky pass there by Arthur Lovington, but they do retain it here. 2:16 left to go in the game. Schuring's going to drive, pull-up jumper, no good. Yeakley gets the weak side rebound, going to go right back up, going to get fouled. He looked about kicking it back out. There was nobody on this side of the floor with him. Had 2 guys there around him, decided, hey, I'll take it up, try and draw a foul, and he does. Austin Schaefer gets that, hits his 4th. The sophomore big man with 4 fouls. 2:09 left to go in the game. 7-point Arthur Lovington lead. First one is no good for Colton Yeakley.
And that's something Arcola needs to see from Colton Yeakley's couple misses here so they can get on the run.
He makes that one, though. 51-43. You have to try and find ways to get Colin Seaman open out beyond the 3-point line. Try and get him any sort of space, any sort of room. Set all the screens you can for him. He's running along the baseline there. 21, Clayton Strader has it now. And they're really just kind of using Fischel and Seaman along the baseline there. Ball goes out of bounds. It goes out of bounds off of Arcola. It's Arthur Lovington ball.
And Colin Seaman is finding it very difficult to get free from number 21, Tyler Schuring for Arthur. He is all over him.
Freddie Moreno going to check back in for Wyatt Fischel. Fischel does have 4 fouls. So I think Coach Gray's going to try and use him a little offense-defense here, it looks like. Hopefully with the chance of him being able to help out, he might be one of the options if Seaman doesn't get any room. But for that to happen, they're going to have to get the ball back. I don't know if Arthur Lovington's going to be all that keen about giving it up. There's 1.5 minutes left to go in the game, and they're going to have to foul. Arthur Lovington has an 8-point lead and going to head back to the free throw line.
And we'll see if Arthur can seal it up here at the free throw line. Arcola with some decent defense.
Clayton Strader with his 4th foul. So you got Wyatt Fischel, Clayton Strader, Austin Schaefer, all with 4 fouls here for Arcola, excuse me. At the free throw line is number 11, Avery Schrock. He gets his first point of the second half. He's got 7 total. Back up to a 9-point lead with a chance here to make it 10. Doesn't go down. Scrap for the ball, and instead it's going to be out of bounds off Jeremy Plank. He was going for that rebound with Seaman there. It's going to go out of bounds off Plank. And it's minute 26 left to go. Both teams doing some substitutions here. 9-point Arthur Lovington lead. Colin Seaman is going to inbound it for Arcola. Gives it to Fischel. Arthur's defense, which has caused him some fits here in the fourth quarter, has lagged back. Don't want to pick up any fouls back there. Fischel puts one up a little hard, and it goes to 12, Curtis Plank. Plank going to bring it up. Decides to go away from the screen. Knights just looking to kill some time. Stay out of each other's way. Keep the passes coming. Dale Schuring is going to call a timeout, though. 1:01 left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. 52-43 is the Arthur Lovington lead over Arcola.
And Arthur's just going to try and slow it down and hold on to it as long as they possibly can to kill this clock. Arcola's going to have to foul. I mean, that's what it comes down to. They're going to have to foul in order to put Arthur on the free throw line and hopefully get some more possessions on the other end. Probably looking for threes, mostly, maybe a couple of quick baskets, a couple of quick layups. But
things kind of slipped away from Arcola here in the second half. They had some chances. They really turned up the aggression on both ends. And then it just seems like once Arthur kind of really started throwing some hard pressure at their ball handlers, that they just kind of wilted under that pressure, which is, which is easy to do against this Arthur Lovington team. So many people have done it. Arthur Lovington is so deep, so many guys that have similar skill sets. They just wear you down.
And they have depth. The depth is a killer as well. Guys coming off the bench just as good as the guys that are starting the game.
Schuring gets it inbounds. And there's a steal to get Seaman save it. He does. He gives it to number 5, Justin Hobgood. He finds himself just kind of standing there and decides, hey, I can shoot too. And he makes a 2-pointer. 52-45, 7-point lead, 45 seconds left to go. Arcola tried to get a steal, but then instead we're going to get a foul called against 21, Clayton Strader. That will be his 5th.
It's done for the night.
Personal foul, 21, Clayton Strader. That's his 5th.
10th team foul against Arcola here in the second half. So Clayton Hahn will be shooting 2.
And unfortunately with this foul game at the end of the game, if you're Arcola, it's pretty much pick your poison, because I mean, pretty much everybody on the Arthur team is a very good shooter from anywhere on the floor. I mean, Colton Yakeley missed 1 previously, and that's about it.
He missed 1, but he's made 4 others tonight. Clayton Hahn back in the scoring column here. Looks like his 9th point of the contest. And gets that one to go too. 54-45, 9-point Arthur Lovington lead. Arcola going to try and cut that down here. Fischel drives, no call. Basket goes up and good. They had one there that maybe could have gone either way. No call is the way it goes. Fischel puts it up and in. 54-47, 33 seconds left to go in the game. Arcola calls a timeout.
And you're drawing up to get the steal as it's getting passed in bounds or immediately foul. Those are pretty much your 2 options right now. Get the steal or foul as soon as possible.
And neither of them are really great options. You know, it's just not enough time to really go for the steal. But a foul, you've got one guy that's already fouled out. If Fischel or Schaefer pick it up, they're gone. And like you said, you have so many guys on Arthur Lovington that can shoot free throws.
And it's just all around tough to pressure a team that plays. I mean, right now they have 5 guards in the game. Any one of those guys can handle the ball, bring it up the floor. It's just a tough situation all the way around, no matter how you look at it.
And Arcola is going to have their biggest body out there. Schaefer guard the inbounds pass, so that's kind of one place where they can use their size to their advantage here against the 5-guard lineup. Arthur gets it in, and we get a foul right away. They were trying to send Schuring deep as kind of an option there. Instead, they were able to get, looked like Curtis Plank free. Freddie Moreno gets the foul for Arcola. Curtis Plank is going to head to the free throw line.
I don't think that works when Schuring's throwing the ball in bounds.
Show off his football skills on the basketball court. He looked like a receiver going deep on that one, though. Free throws missed. Pays off for a second here.
Yeah.
We'll see how he does on the second shot. It's a 7-point Arthur Levington lead, just over 30 seconds left to go in the game. Curtis Plank puts it up, and he makes that. So it's an 8-point lead. Here comes Fischel. And he loses it. Trying to do a little too much to keep Clayton Hahn off his tracks. And Arthur's going to pull it back out here. We'll see. Fischel gets his 5th foul right there.
That's tough. Fischel played a good game. Excellent game, handling that pressure for 3 quarters solid.
Fischel is done for the evening. He's going to foul out with 8 points on the night. Clayton Strader fouled out earlier. He hadn't scored tonight. First free throw is missed. Avery Schrock can't knock it down. A little more life for Arcola. They're on life support probably, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. I mean,
second one's good though.
Your option has to be number 3, Colin Seaman. I mean, you got to find him and get him the ball.
He's the one bringing it up. He's going to hoist it up right away and can't do much with the man on his face. Arcola's still going to foul here, down 9 with 12 seconds left to go. Seaman brought it down, knew he was probably most likely going to have to be the one, was their best option. Arthur knew that as well too though, so they stuck right with him.
They had a double team on him the whole way down the floor.
Cole Hutton picks up the foul for Arcola, his 2nd. Curtis Plank at the free throw line. Makes that one. He's got 14 so far. Chance to make it 15, chance to stretch his team's lead to 11. Bringing it down is Chase Strader, trying to find one last thing. Shot is going to go up, contested and no good. Arcola is going to call off the Dogs. We're going to have a final score tonight of 58-47. The Arthur Levington Knights pull away here in the 4th quarter and are able to get an 11-point victory over the Arcola Purple Riders. And Luke, it was kind of a story of quarters tonight. You know, those 8-minute quarters kind of broke things up, and we had some swings there. Close in the first, pulled away in the second, close in the third again, and then pulled away again in the fourth.
And Arthur came out slow again. I mean, every game we've done so far, Arthur's come out just a tad slow, a little off, maybe not quite playing their game, but then they pick it up later on once they settle in a little bit and get used to the terrain, I guess. Even though all the surfaces are flat and made of wood, they just settle in and they look a lot better later in the games than they do early on in the games. And for Arcola, I mean, this was a game to test yourself for the LOVC, and I think Arcola did a really good job of figuring out of who they are and how they play. They did a really good job handling the pressure. Probably one of the better teams we've seen in the games that we've filmed of handling Arthur's man-to-man full court pressure. I mean, it just, eventually it mentally wears you down, and it just, there's so many players for Arthur. They all play up in your face defense, hands out, always swiping at the ball. It's just tough to do that for 4 quarters and not have turnovers. And Arthur just capitalizes on most everything. They finally got into rhythm with some of their 3-point shots. They made their free throws, and essentially they took the ball game away from Arcola despite them having a decent game for themselves.
And I know we've kind of made this comparison before, but really with Arthur Levington, it's like a hockey team. You know, they can send those line changes out. They can keep people fresh, and when they've pressured you constantly, they can bring in 5 new guys that can have a similar skill set and can do a lot of the same things that the starters have done. and you're sucking wind and trying to keep up with them, and you got guys that need breathers, and you can't go as deep as they can, and that was part of their success last year, and I'm guessing it's going to be part of their success again this year.
Oh yeah, well, when you've had a guy in your face all night long for 3 quarters, and you start the 4th quarter, and the first thing you see is that same guy staring into your face about half an inch away, it just, I mean, it wears on you, and it's just mentally fatiguing as well as the physical.
All right, here's our scoring totals for tonight. Arthur Lovington, the victors tonight, had 58 total points. Leading scorer for them with 15 was Curtis Plank. Tyler Schuring had 12. Clayton Hahn with 10. 8 points for Avery Schrock. 6 points for Colton Yeakley. 5 points for Jeremy Plank. And 2 points for Caleb Schrock. So 58 for Dale Schuring's Arthur Lovington team. For Arcola, leading man tonight by a long shot, 23, Colin Seaman. First quarter, 3rd quarter did a lot. 4th quarter, he was able to get 5, but they really threw the defense at him. He got 23 tonight. 8 points then for Wyatt Fischel and 8 points for Chase Strader. And then they had 4 guys with 2 each: Justin Hobgood, Freddie Moreno, Cole Hutton, and Austin Schaefer. Arcola had 47 tonight. So our final score, 58-47. The Arthur Lovington Knights come to Arcola and get a victory over the Purple Riders and kind of spoil the 50th anniversary celebration of their 1963-64 Sweet 16 team. So for my partner Luke Johnson, I'm Chris Patton. I want to thank you for watching this game here on DouglasCountyDigest.com.